Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Ronta Trick, and I'm the Director of Business Development here at Nature Sunshine. And today's topic is overcoming objections. And we've all had to deal with objections at some point in our life, whether in business or in personal. No one likes to hear the word no. And we need to develop some tough skin, I would say, because again, it's just a part of life, and we need to just basically take it in stride and move on. And it's part of doing business, and it's something that we need to learn how to work with. So the handouts for this are on the right-hand side under handouts, so you can download them. This is also being recorded, so it will be put up on the website, hopefully by the end of the week. So just in case you miss some notes or anything like that, or miss anything, it will be recorded and put on the website. So how do you feel when you're faced with a concern, hesitation, or an objection? You know, most sales calls, meetings are met with at least one objection. You always have to remember, though, what's your belief? You know, what are your goals? You know, where do you want to be? Like, what's your, you know, do you want, if you're a manager, you want to hit bronze? Do you want to hit rising star? Do you want to earn a trip? You want to have 10 people on your team. You always have to remember what you're working for. You know, how do you feel about the products that you are selling? Nature Sunshine is amazing. It's an amazing product with an amazing quality, integrity, and we just stand behind our product 100%. So, you know, how do you feel about the products, and does it show when you're talking to people about it? You know, what about the business opportunity? You know, if you're not confident in what it is, then it's going to come across that way, and people are not going to basically find you credible. So you really want to be, you know, clear and concise about, you know, what the business opportunity is. And realistically, for most people, it's going to be starting out as a part-time thing, and then seeing, or maybe even just, you know, enough to buy their products. So this is something that, you know, you need to get clear on, and, you know, feel comfortable about talking about the business opportunity. Again, if you have a strong why, you'll be able to handle those concerns, hesitations, and objections. You know, don't let it throw you. Some will, some won't. So what? We just move on. So, you know, and there's another one, Q-tip, quit taking it personally. So just remember to yourself, Q-tip, Q-tip. If you have to carry a Q-tip in your pocket or your purse or your briefcase, do it, or a pack of them. Just always remember, quit taking it personally. That no is not a no against you or your beliefs or anything like that. It's just a no from that individual. So who are your prospects? Your who do you know list. People you have never met. Maybe herbal hour guests, or if you don't call it an herbal hour workshop or education session, whatever it is, your clients, your customers. The goal is to meet people and to build rapport. Getting started, you know, build that list, the 3 rules of inviting. You know, inviting is exactly what it sounds like. You know, we're going to invite them to learn more. The only purpose of the invitation is to book a follow-up appointment. The next is to inform them. You know, this follow-up appointment is all about sharing. That doesn't mean telling them everything you know about every Nature Sunshine product. It simply means asking questions and listening to the desires and needs of your prospect. And then finally, step 3 is engaging them. We are going to ask one simple question. What interests you the most about what you just heard? That's it. No more, no less. Their answer will guide you exactly where you need to go next. And a lot of that information can be found online under members and under Path to Prosperity. So if you haven't checked that out, I strongly encourage you that you do check that out, because it has a lot of great information. You know, the truth is there really can only be 4 possible answers to the question. It's you know, the business, or it's products, or it's both, or it's nothing. You can help, who can help you overcome some of the concerns, hesitations, and objections? Your sponsor, your upline manager, you know, having a home meeting or a party. An informed coach can help you. A 3-way call with an NSP expert, so a lot of the times that's your upline. And a tool or video that explains NSP. And again, there's lots of tools on the website. And you know, when I do talk to people and you know, about all the tools and information that we have, I do find that a lot of people are like, oh, I didn't know that was there. I didn't know that was there. So, you know, honestly, if you can just schedule a half hour in your day, like in the next couple of days, just to dive through the website under the members section and even under opportunity, and see all the great resources that are there for you. There's lots of videos, there's lots of tools and resources, and they're there for a reason. They're there to help you. So you probably heard the saying, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. And that's the same thing. I can lead you to the site, but I can't physically force you to do anything. So I really need you to take it upon yourself to go on there and really check out all the great tools that are available to you. So addressing objections, take them seriously. Keep the process simple. Use the quad approach. Questions first, then understanding, then finding answers, and then making a decision. So get as clear as you can on the objection and try to determine what your prospect is really concerned about. So questions, uncover the real concern. You got to ask a lot of open-ended questions. Understanding, acknowledge the concern, their wants and needs. You will be ready to face any objection based on finances. Maybe it's their need they wanted that time. Maybe it's a time constraint, value, those types of things. You have to find the understanding there. And then answers, clarifying questions. When you interrupt, they might feel as if you are objecting to their objection. So never interrupt them. Always let them finish, and then kind of summarize with clarifying questions. So it's like, okay, so let me get this right, Susie. So what I'm hearing you say is that at this time it's not feasible financially because your husband just got laid off. Is that correct? So it's not a bad thing to summarize those types of things. It's just really clarifying the objection. And that lets you move on and helps you guide you what your next steps are. So, and then obviously the final thing is decision, agree on the next step. So answers are so, clarifying questions are so important. And again, we were given 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason, and that's to listen more than we speak. So common sponsoring, concerns, hesitations, and objections. First one, I'm sure you hear a lot of, I don't have the money right now. Really explaining to them that really it's $40. We'll get you a free account for 1 year, and that gets you 10% off the retail price. Or $75 is a free account for 1 year, and you get 20% off the retail price. And with Sunshine Rewards, you'll not only get that, but you get free shipping and you earn points for free product. So there's, really explaining to them all the different options, and then breaking it down to the ridiculous. Let's say the order comes to $300. Well, if you divide that over 30 days, that's $10 a day. And the reality is most people are spending that at Tim Hortons or Starbucks or fast food or anything like that, and we're trying to help them, be healthy. So eliminating those things will help them pay for their order. So again, letting them know that you can't really put a price tag on your health. If you don't take time for your health now, you need to take time for your sickness later. And we don't want to see that happen. So again, it's just really, explaining to them the reasons why. I want to think it over. Again, diving deep into deeper questions. What is it that's holding them back, right? So discovery questions. I don't know if I could get people to purchase the product. So that's maybe, someone that is, you're talking to them about the business opportunity. And again, it's just talking, so again, they don't feel comfortable. It's about who they know. So they may not feel comfortable talking to other people. So just explaining to them that obviously, you're talking to them right now and they're pretty, good about holding a conversation. It's really just talking to your family and friends and just letting them know what you're using and how you're feeling. It's basically sharing your testimony. You don't have to sell. I'm not a salesperson. You hear that a lot, but the reality is every single person on this earth was born a salesperson. And over time, it just kind of gets beaten out of you. And if you think about it, kids are the greatest salespeople in the world because they are so tenacious. We hear all the time, but why? But why? But why? Or, please, can I? Are we there yet? All these types of things. They are so persistent. And they just do it with a smile, and we smile back, and we go through it. We go with it. And honestly, I'm a firm believer you can say anything with a smile. And, when your heart's on the line and you're really feeling, you're coming from a place of love. So everybody, I hate to tell you, but you all are salespeople. And that's not a bad thing. That's a really good thing. And we are every single day of our lives. We are convincing people persuading people, let's say, I'd like to go to this restaurant instead of that one, or I'd like to go to this movie instead of that movie. We're always persuading people and, asking them to think of it our way or how to do things our way. So it's just a part of life. So we need to get that out of our heads. Another objection is I'm too busy, and really just diving down and to the ridiculous. And it's like, okay, well, do you have an hour a day? Well, probably, or even half hour in the morning, half hour in the evening. You know what I mean? Like, it's just breaking it down to the ridiculous. It's not a good time right now. And it's just letting them know I can totally appreciate that. Timing can be everything for some people, and for a lot of people, that I know life is so busy. But what exactly is, what do you think is the issue? Is it you don't have enough time for yourself? You don't have enough time for the business, your family? Again, clarifying questions. Just keep diving deeper and deeper and deeper. 95% of objections are wrapped up in these 6. And again, overcoming objection means making a case where you answer questions, but before they're really thought of. So sponsoring objection, it's not a good time right now. Find out their why and overcome their objection. If you were to join Eat Your Sunshine, what would be the reason you would like to join? They could say, oh, I'd like to save money to go on vacation. Tough, I don't know enough people to get started today, though. Understand them. Acknowledge the concern. Find out what their wants and needs are. Example, since it's not a good time right now, if I were to commit to help and support you get started, would that make a difference? That's a great support question. Answers. Take the time to clarify all the questions they may have. Once you answer one, ask them if they have another one. If they do, continue answering their questions until they have no more. Examples could be, how many hours do you work a week? How were you able to manage your schedule and add NSP? How much money did it take you to get started? Your answer. I started NSP and devoting 2 hours a week. I hosted an herbal hour to get in front of more people and introduce them to this wonderful company. Explain how you got started. And again, you may have done this for 10, 20 years. Maybe you have a clinic. Maybe you have a degree or something like that. But you all started somewhere. So you have to remind them of how you got started. And the decision. I would help you get started, help you create a list of people the frank list. Would you be ready to join today? Again, if the answer is still no, let them know. You will connect with them in a couple of days and see if they have any more questions. Let them think about it. And, most people do not make that decision on the first try, so you have to remember that as well. So common customers, concerns, hesitations, and objections. So the product is expensive. You need to help your prospect justify the cost. So again, question to uncover the concern. It certainly looks expensive, doesn't it? But it's not when you break it down. So as a preferred customer, you receive a 10% discount from the retail price. As a business associate, you receive a 20% discount. Have the opportunity to become a manager and earn a 30% discount from the retail price. NSP always has weekly offers and weekend promotions, so there's always great discounts happening. And again, break it down to the ridiculous. If it's $30 for a bottle, it's $1 a day. Can they sacrifice $1 a day? If it's $60, it's $2 a day. $90, $3 a day, that type of thing. So break it down to the ridiculous. How much does a Timmy's coffee cost, or a a Starbucks, or whatever it is. Or if they go for, I don't know, like a McHappy meal or whatever. I don't even know because I don't go there. So, but, finding out, these types of things and really breaking it down to the ridiculous. So, the product is expensive. Focus on the value of the products and quality. The client won't be able to get this from any other supplier, and they truly can't. Understanding, acknowledge the concern. It may be something like, I felt the same way when I looked at the website. I thought I couldn't afford it. And, Sunshine Rewards, you get money back, weekly, monthly promotions. Again, it's the high, you're paying for a high quality product, quality and integrity, showing them some quality videos, the quality brochure. You kind of get what you pay for. And that's what we're really all about. I mean, this, unfortunately, there's no one quick fix. There's not one magic pill. It takes obviously a little bit more to, service your entire body. And just really, again, being totally and utterly honest with them. And, if it's a $300 order, maybe they just can't handle that right now, and just say, okay, if we can't do this right now, let's at least think about these options, because this is the bare minimum. This is the bare minimum that we need. So to get you back on track for your health. So really, really important that, again, you are really explaining things to them. Again, product is expensive. A prospect may have more than one objection. You must identify all of them to be able to have the right answers and get them to move forward. Answers with clarifying information. Again, be honest. Your prospect or customer needs to trust you and have that ability to overcome an objection. Be transparent. Share information, testimonials, case studies. All these types of things are fantastic, and they're part of your arsenal, your ammunition here. Create a newsletter. Let them know what's going on. Keep them informed. You always want to add value to people. Your prospect needs to feel confident. You must build a relationship with them. And you want to answer all of their questions until they don't have any more questions. So this is, again, really important, just answering all of their questions. And that's a great thing. You may think, oh my God, they're asking so many questions. This is so stressful. But guess what? If they're asking more questions, that means they're really, truly interested in what you have to offer. So definitely you need to answer those questions and be excited about it. Product is expensive. A decision. Don't sell the product, sell the next step and agree on the next step. Again, remove risk. Demonstrate your value and reliability. Satisfaction guarantee. Stick to the facts. Just really explaining the quality of the products, that you've never had any complaints, testimonials, those types of things. They're very, very powerful. So different ways to overcome objections. Again, know your product. Learn about NSP. It will help you with the words to say. And again, there's lots and lots and lots of information online. And I'm not saying you have to know it all, because I certainly don't after 2 years of being here. I still don't know everything, but you've got the resources there. And again, if you don't know the answer, let them know. Say, you know what, I honestly don't know. I'm not 100% sure, so I want to give you the exact answer, so I will get it for you, and I'll definitely get back to you by the end of tomorrow, or within 24 hours or whatever. I mean, you want to make it quick. And again, avoid taking no personally. Again, Q-tip, quit taking it personally. Keep it short, don't rush, establish trust. If you have samples, those are great to leave with people. And, maybe bring up the objection first. Some people think that, Nature Sunshine products are a little pricey. But the reality is, and I mean, they may have heard of the whole thing with GNC in the U.S. and Target and the vitamins there, and that are just, so subpar. So definitely, you could bring that up, different things like that. So just really be on, I don't want to say the defensive, but just have your facts straight, and that you are confident in what you're talking to people about. And fortune is in the follow-up. 80% of prospects say yes between the 5th and 12th exposure. Only 2% on the first, 3% on the second, 5% on the third, and then 10% on the fourth. It takes time. Converting a lead into a customer or an associate begins before you find and meet your prospects. Since the goal is to turn strangers into prospects and then customers, associates, first prepare a strong foundation. And how do you do that? Is by building rapport with them. Keeping track, having a prospect follow-up log or customer follow-up log, create that trust and loyalty with them. Following up builds your confidence. It becomes easier to overcome objections. When being professional with your follow-ups, customers will be more inclined to work with you. Again, it's building that trust and loyalty. And it takes time. It's not something that's overnight. And you want to be their go-to person. Remember, timing is a key factor. And it's about them, not about you. So follow-up systems. They come in many different ways. Your system could be high-tech, like a computer, your iPhone, or whatever it is, or tablet. Or you can use the traditional method of a binder. If using this method, you want to print logs and put them in your binder. Also place 12 tabs for each month. You will know exactly when to follow up, since you'll move the log sheet according to conversations with your prospect. And a lot of these logs that we're talking about are online under the resource section under business, so you can print those off. And what's important? Connect with your prospect when you say you will. If you say you're going to contact them within 24 hours, you better make darn sure that you contacted them in 24 hours. It is so important that you keep your word. And your system must work for you. So you want to make sure, if it's paper, that you're taking it with you, or if it's your phone, you've got a backup, computer that is backed up. I mean, I've heard horror stories of, people that, do everything online and then don't back up their stuff, and boom, their life is gone. So definitely want to have a backup system. Taking notes, you will know what was said the last time you connected with your prospect. and ask them if they have any other questions. You will know what their hesitations, concerns, and objections were and be able to move on to the next step. Keeping track of your PCs and business associates. So your follow-up log should include, their contact information, when and where you met, brief notes about them, like their interest level, activities, work, family, follow-up date, connect when you say you will, because we'd love to, get those preferred customers to switch over to become business associates. And we love those business associates, to move on and become a manager. We'd love all these people to go on Sunshine Rewards too. So again, really important to make notes on your conversations. And they must feel you care about them. Be friendly. 62% of the reasons customers fail to continue to do business or consider to do business with you is a perceived indifference. We do not want to see that happen. So customer care calls, there are many reasons why you want to communicate with them. Express appreciation for their business. Make sure your customers are satisfied with their products. Inform them of upcoming specials. You can communicate through your newsletter, phone calls, phone blasts, emails. Invite them to look at the business opportunity. Invite them to different events you're attending, like whether it's a trade show or a seminar or a webinar. Share that with your clients. We've got Education Week coming up at the end of the month. And, are you sharing that with your customers and letting them know about all the great, there's five sessions there, and one of them is on business, but the other four on products. So you definitely want to, share that with your customers. Hold a customer appreciation night twice a year or 3 times or whatever it is, and invite your customers and clients and say thank you and have fun and recognize your people and just make a night of it and have fun. It's such a great thing to do, and I think some people are scared to do it. Just like, oh, well, what am I going to do? What am I going to say? Like, how am I going to set it up? Will they even come? Just do it. If you have 5 people show or 50 people show, just do it. It's so worthwhile. And an objection doesn't necessarily mean no, as in never. Often no is a need to know. They need more information to make a clear decision. So again, take it as a positive sign. Again, the more questions they ask, the more they're interested. So never take that as a bad thing. That's a really good thing. So turning no's and maybes into a yes. Have an attitude that every no or maybe will become a yes. Follow up quickly and communicate when you say you will. Keep NSP fresh in their mind. Send them an email with a newsletter. Or if you have one with you, give it to them. If there's a phone blast, make them on the list. Send them an email. Follow-up phone call. If you just met them, send them an email a couple hours later or a text and saying, hey, it was great meeting you. I'm so excited that, we're going to be able to, build a relationship together, and I'm going to be able to help you with your needs. Or if they're, on the fence, it's just like, I'm here to help you, whatever I can do, please don't hesitate to reach out, those types of things. The key to obtaining a yes is relationship building. You may have all the tools and tips to succeed. Though this is the most important factor in growing your business. If you don't build relationships, you're most likely your business won't grow to your expectations, because really we're in a relationship building business. It's a one-on-one thing. We're meeting people. When you're at a trade show, you've got a limited time to build that rapport. If they're one-on-one, if they're coming to see you for an appointment, then you've got some more time to make that relationship. If you meet them in a grocery store line, you definitely don't have a lot of time, but you really want to, reach out and let them know, what you have to offer. So a maybe means you're thinking about it. Answer all of their questions, concerns, hesitations, and objections until they have no more. Therefore, they will be able to make that clear decision. Again, your job is to offer products and the business opportunity, because, again, some will, some won't, so what, but we always have to offer it. I can't, stress that enough. The worst they can say is no. No worries. Just wanted to put it out there, because you just never know, who might be interested. And if they say no, say, oh, no worries, just thought I'd put it out there. Maybe you happen to know someone, maybe, a family, friend, neighbor that's looking for a part-time extra income, that's concerned with their health or their family's health. I'd love to be able to reach out to them and show them what I have to offer. That could open the door to an herbal hour. There's all sorts of things. Always have your business cards on hand, right? Always be prepared to do business. Following up, building relationships is really is overcoming objections. So confirm, it's still a good time when you connect with them. Remember, it's about them, not about you. Get to know them, asking those open-ended questions. Practice active listening. Again, listen more, talk less, 2 ears, one mouth. If you don't listen, you will probably lose rapport with your prospect and miss valuable information on what is being said. Use active listening methods, nodding and physically showing interest, repeating what they're saying, summarizing what they're saying. Ask them if they have any questions. It's time to overcome concerns, hesitations, and objections. Now is the time when you're sitting there in front of them. People buy or they join when they're ready, not when you're ready to sell or to sponsor them. So this means you have to be in front of people when they're ready. And in other words, you have to follow up with them regularly. Because a lot of times it may not be the right thing. I know in the previous company I was working with, there was this one lady, and it took an entire year to finally get her to do the business opportunity. And she went on to be one of the top people in our company, top salespeople in all of our company. But it took a year of constant, just, hey, just checking in, seeing where you're at. Is there anything I can do? Any questions that you have that need to be answered? I'm here for you, those types of things. And a year later, it was like, yep, okay, I'm ready. Let's do this. And boy, we were glad that we followed up. So never, ever, ever give up on people. So handling concerns, hesitations, and objections. You don't have to be concerned about what to say. You have to be concerned about having the right attitude. Always come back to empathy. Sometimes making the sale or sponsoring today isn't as important as understanding the person's position. You want to overcome sales objections by discovering the need the buyer hasn't realized. And, the reality is they're coming to you for a reason. They're looking for, answers. They're looking for help. They're looking to feel better. So, they're coming to you for a reason, and we want to be able to help them. And we want to assess their needs, doing the health assessment, or it's the body system questionnaire. You're going to put together a program for them, and then that's where maybe it stops. We're like, oh, I don't know if I can handle that. That's too much. It's too expensive, this and that. That's where some things come in. But really, before even, setting the stage, just or even when it comes down to price, is just really, letting them know about what the products are doing, how they're going to help their family, the importance of having them in, in their regiment. And then, again, breaking it down to the ridiculous. I would do it by day, and it's like, okay, well, your total comes to $2, blah, 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 and that actually works out to be only about $5 a day, which is absolutely fantastic, because that's going, that's the price of, a cup or two of coffee, and this is going to put you and your family on the health, on the path to health and wellness, on a successful path to your health and wellness. So really, really, break it down to the ridiculous. I can't stress that enough. So the 100 no challenge, this is cool. Not hearing no is not asking enough. The more no's you hear, the closer to a yes you will be. Ratio is 2 out of 10. When yes, reward yourself. Yeah, you have a fantastic smoothie. Have a piece of dark chocolate or whatever it is. Give yourself a high five, but I mean reward yourself. Create a 100 no log sheet. A list of 100 no's from like their names. And that's not a bad thing. It's a good thing, because that means you've talked to 100 different people. That's fantastic. But again, don't give up on hope on them, because they can be someone that turns into a fantastic client, could be a business associate. Again, when they're ready, they're ready. So you just need to be there for them. And again, what holds you back? Do you think you're being pushy? Why is offering, the opportunity, not the opportunity, sorry. My computer's giving me issues here. Why is offering your service pushy? It's not, and you need to get that out of your head. Rejection. Computer likes to freeze. Come on. There we go. Not knowing what to say. Ask people to share their mini commercial. The more you talk, the better you get and more comfortable you'll get. The number one thing women compliment each other on is jewelry. Have common ground. Just make conversation. It's it's building that rapport, and you're not being pushy. You're just offering them a solution. I think you're doing them a disservice by not offering our products to them, because we have amazing products that could change their life. So you have to turn it around and think of it like that. And the fear of rejection, it's not a personal stab. No doesn't mean no, never. If you do not ask or talk to them, you've made up their mind for them. So you really need to make sure that, you bust through that fear of rejection. Again, just keep saying it in your head. Some will, some won't. So what? Then we just move on, because there's someone else there who's going to need it and want it. The power of no, we talked about this. It's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. So achieve and maintain momentum. Decide on a strategy to achieve your goal. Support your strategy with those action steps. Write an affirmation. I am going to be the voice of health and wellness to everyone around me, and my goal is to transform people's lives across this great country of ours. Whatever it is. But look at it daily and know what your mission and what your why is. And identify support that you need. If you need help from your upline on this, if you need your, help, from head office or anything like that, identify the support you need and reach out. If you need help, that's not a sign of weakness. That's a sign of success. So you definitely want to reach out. And you want to identify your obstacles, because there's always going to be an obstacle in front of you. And it's not something that should stop you. It's just something to, go around. Nothing is impossible. I love that it's all over the place. It's I am possible. Nothing is impossible. So again, remember that. I am possible. So skills for success. This process can be simple and rewarding. You never beg or pressure anyone into joining your business organization. You simply distribute information and allow them to make a decision. Create and work your action plan. Remember the power of your why, and share your why, your personal testimony of what Nature Sunshine has done for you and your health and your life. And avoid prejudging. Be an equal opportunity asker. Never prejudge. And same thing in my previous company that I was with. Same thing. New person just arrived, knew 3 people. That's all he knew. He's a new immigrant, knew 3 people. That's it. Didn't have any money, and he basically shoveled driveways and those types of things to earn some money so he could get a starter kit. And the next thing you know, he went on to be our top person that year in sales. But if you would have looked at him, you would have been like, oh, I don't know about this, and he doesn't have any contacts, and I just don't know. And probably would have people passed him by, but boy, glad we didn't prejudge, because everyone deserves the opportunity. And establish targets. Always refer to your why. Write down your goal and share your goals. Share your goals with your people, your organization. Let them know what you're working towards, and let them know what your why is. Why you're doing this, because it may resonate with them and what they want to. So expect to hear concerns, hesitations, and objections. That's okay. Great news. Your prospect wants to know more when they're asking things and they're objecting. If you don't hear them, again, you're not talking to enough people. And handle them with professionalism and confidence. You may think that, oh my God, they're being a pain. They're not listening to me. They're not, they're just asking way too many questions. This should be easier. Well, sorry, business isn't easy. And, we have to be professional, and we have to be confident in what we have to offer. And again, KISS, keep it simple, sunshine. Use the quad approach that we talked about earlier. And again, we don't want to overcomplicate things. We want to keep it simple, and people will be attracted to that. And again, some people may look at you and go, oh my goodness, I could never do what they do because they have this degree and they've got all this knowledge and da 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 da. But again, remind them of where you got started. You weren't at the top when you got started. You had to work your way up. You had to learn. You had to, scratch, claw your way to the top type of thing. You had to learn, and you had to grow, and you had to develop. And it takes time. Not, it's so rare when you see an overnight success. Okay, but we're helping people one day at a time, one person at a time. Okay, so just remember, keep it simple, sunshine. So before we wrap up here today, just again, some great offers happening. This is until the 7th, so Friday. We've got a lot of great products on: Lobelia, CoQ10, Vitamin A, D, ALJ, 10% off full PV, or buy 3, get 1 free. Then we've got the October long special. So we've got capsicum, passion flower, podarco, spirulina 8, liquid B12, fenugreek, Greek and thyme, and fiber boost. So that's all month long. And then managers take advantage of no pay. So that's for the month of October. So again, it's only those in manager rank that are eligible to participate. So make sure you take advantage of that. That's fantastic. Renewing membership, they will get a free Silver Guard with that. And that's for the month of October. And then also for Sharing Sunshine, every new October sign-up receives a free Silver Guard with a $75 sign-up order, and that's for the entire month of October. And so excited about convention coming up, and can't wait to see so many of you there. It's going to be an amazing event. Hopefully you're going to Bronze Academy. If you're not, if you're in town that day, strongly encourage you to go because it's going to be absolutely fantastic. Informed, those of you that aren't informed certified, boy, you are definitely going to want to be after you hear all the fantastic information about the new clinical trial and all the great things that are happening in the U.S. And now that we're going to be launching some new stuff here in Canada. So that's taking place on the Sunday, October 16th. There's still space available if you want to take part in that. But again, strongly recommend that you, if you're not an informed coach, now is the time. There's never, ever been a better time to become an informed coach. So definitely get on that. It's going to be a great day on the Sunday there, and can't wait to see everyone. It's going to be an amazing event. So thank you for your time today. Hopefully this helped. Again, this was recorded and will be on the website hopefully by the end of the week. And you will get your iInspire points for this, so keep rocking that out, and there'll be a lot more webinars to earn some points for the rest of the year as well. So thanks everyone for your time. Have a great afternoon. Take care. Bye-bye.